order to research the interactions between humans and Emei macaques, as well as the impact of ecological changes on socio-ecological systems. A multidisciplinary team from Leshan Normal University and French Comte University in France jointly visited Mount Emei to explore the mysteries of harmonious coexistence between humans and nature.
I am a scientist, so I go where there are problems. Actually, I didn't choose, the topic chose me.
It is difficult to find interesting science only on the map. You know, we have to see and we interact. So today we came here in order to have a look to the environmental condition of living of the monkeys and try to assess what could be the food sources for the monkeys.
叫峨眉五花江，它的名字由来就是因为它的花开得像一个林中的小鸟在跳舞。
C'est un autre goût, c'est meilleur, c'est un peu plus acidulé. Hot?
马卡卡就喜欢吃它。
Yeah, me too. It was very good. Yeah, it could be sold on market. That's a bit small, but yeah, that's figs actually. So we, humans also eat figs. So that's a common food, I would say.
As we are working on the diet of the monkeys, it was also important to have a look to the natural plant on which the monkeys can feed on. So that's why we ask for some Chinese colleagues to help us to recognize and to identify some plant species.
它冬天的时候，它果实是红色，就像珊瑚一样，而且它常青树，它的叶片又非常厚实，非常防火，所以形成一个自然的绿化防火带。
We are all a team. That means everybody is contributing, and there are also people from the Leshan Normal University who are specialized in computing, in geographical information system.
Alors est-ce que aussi, peut-être vu la température, peut-être se minéralise assez vite?
T'as un film algal partout. Hein. So that's our third time in Mount Emei. So we are just starting. So we are just looking at the situation, looking at the environment, to be able to make a scientific protocol to answer the question.
Monkey.
What we can see here is that probably monkeys are not eating their natural food, you know, because there are some tourists feeding the monkeys. So we are in their natural habitats, but they are not really wild animals. We are not in the zoo, but we are something between a zoo and a natural habitat. That's what we call semi-captive animals.
We saw contrasted sites. In comparison to yesterday, we went to the Emei mountain. Amount of people is really different, and the interaction also with fauna and monkeys is also different than here. So that's why we are looking for different sites with different degrees of interaction between humans and wildlife, and especially monkeys.
We worked on the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey for years. And here in Mount Emei, it's a very particular opportunity for us because it's a site with different kind of feeding sites. So it's very interesting for us because we can broaden what we've done before on the Yunnan snub-nosed monkey. Goal is to have pooled sampling plan. So that's why we need our colleague Professor Lili and other colleagues to work together.
We are working with our Chinese colleagues since on monkeys since 10 years. Next time we come back in March, probably with a complementary plan until we succeed. You know, the southern of China is a hotspot for biodiversity. So there are a large range of habitat which goes from the forest with elephants to the, I would say, very cold areas of the Tibetan plateau, and this occurs within maybe some hundreds of kilometers. So that's really unique in the world. And this biodiversity, of course, is a big concern. It should be preserved for the future generation, and that's really the target. The Tibetan macaque can be a kind of umbrella for other species. If we maintain the species for the long term, that means that many characteristics of this ecosystem will be maintained also. And if we can do it in compatibility with human frequentation, that's a win-win strategy, because we keep biodiversity, but in the same time you keep an environment which is very favorable for human, which is natural. And this is probably a key challenge for the next generations.
像 Patrick 他的这个研究，他对中国非常的了解，因为他在中国开展了30年的研究工作。那么我们在野生动物的这个研究上呢，也是10多年，所以我觉得积累了非常好的一些经验。我们这次到四川、到峨眉山、藏丘河为例，那么怎么样去平衡经济发展、物种保护和这个生态系统的健康，这个是一个我觉得非常大的一个议题。
Our countries are very far from each other, so if we want to make fieldwork, for instance, you need to prepare the thing long in advance. You need to, that's a lot of time to spend in the field. I hope it will last for long, because it is quite fruitful for the two countries, because we learn a lot from each other. So that's really a plus to be capable to work in different habitats, different ecosystems, and to exchange expertise. So that's really something which I would love to see continued in the future.